Well, we've talked about it a few times, and we've shown it a few different times. And a couple of times we've alluded to what we felt or thought was something buried underneath of it. We're standing down here in these bottoms, just about 15 feet off of the mound. I think today we'll bite the bullet and pop the cork and see if anything wants to come out and play. What I'd kind of like for you to do, if you feel like doing it, when we've been in the metal detecting mode and searching for other hidden or buried things, kind of focus on that element. If there's
anything
buried, any bones, any kind of stuff like that, I guess just walk around up there for a few minutes and let you kind of get your vibe on.
Native American.
Look what I just found. One of your little baggies from where you left for the elementals.
Oh yeah. There's a little foot.
Little footprints all around it.
So the first thing I asked was if there was anything buried up here, and I get a distinct yes. I asked if that's artifact. It's a yes. And I asked if this was Native American, and they say yes. So I walked a little further, and the first place that they struck is here. So if I were to ask if this person, it says yes. Maybe this is part of that old cemetery they were talking about too, or extended from it. Maybe it's close here. Yes, okay. So it's not far from here if it's not here. So this would be the first. Can you show me where there would be a head? Here. Can I find feet?
Right there.
So that's long enough that I would say it's either a very tall female or is this a male? I was feeling male. Yeah, this is a male. And I'm getting the connection that the EVP that we had in Native American is connected to this mound. I don't know if it's this male. Yes. Okay.
There's a long stretch of this if you want to explore it for a few minutes, and then I've got some other ideas to try.
Anything else? Point away, point away.
I just find it extremely odd how all that's laid out in a circle right there on the...
This way. We're going right and left. Moving forward. trying to be disrespectful here, guys. Am I at the head? Head. Forward. Other feet. And smaller, this might be a female. But
They're kind of laid out wonky, aren't they?
yeah, that's the thing that's disturbing me, because normally most cultures have very distinct
East-west or
north-south.
north-south directional, but I'm
Honestly, I don't know.
definitely sure that this is older than that. So
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I know at one point, once upon a time, this was a lot taller and bigger than what we can physically see. It's all eroded down, and sediment and stuff over the ages has fluffed in around it.
Crossing here, I feel like it's so many feet apart.
And it tapers and runs down that way and then levels out to the rest of the surrounding ground.
But these sticks feel very intentionally placed.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that has been placed on there in recent, within the last year or two.
I don't even know
So
what kind of wood
something
that
or
is.
something is doing it.
Okay, so does this go before the 1800s? Yes.
Speak up a
17?
little, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking if this goes before the 1800s, and it's giving me a yes. Before 1700, 15,
Feeling it's pretty old.
14. They just keep on going. 13. There's a pause. I feel it in the energy. Like between 1400. 13. Yeah. So this has been around a while up here, and it has eroded down a bit. Thus far we don't see anything, so it was buried well.
Well, most of them actually went down underground, and then they would mound up over it. So when it was at its peak, it would have had several feet of dirt and material placed over
You can
it.
see the roots of that tree, and I feel like that was a lot higher.
Alright, well, let's try the next phase. We'll be right back.
Okay, so we've set up the, what do you call this? It's a sensor.
Well, that's the ghost radar, energy radar. It picks up, energy signatures off of what's in the area, and we've got one right there on the top of the mound and another one back behind it at the moment.
Mysterious.
All on the fringes of it, and it was, the first word that came up was rock.
Mysterious.
Mighty, mysterious. The word captain. So I wonder if this could have even had to do with some kind of conflict that was going on early
Explorers or anything, but
yeah. So we're just going to let that run, see what comes up. We've got the spirit box running. I'm going to take it up and set it on top of the mound and just let it record while we're doing our thing.
Alright, so she has the spirit box laid up on top of the mound, and it's recording. You guys won't be able to hear it, but if there's anything on there, I'll have to add it in to the video. But did you want to try the rods and ask some questions and see if anything comes up on this app? And we've been catching a lot of energetic spots on there, but
Is anyone with us that would like to communicate with us here now? Yes. Okay. Who do we have? Who am I looking for? So I'm asking if anyone's here that specifically would like to communicate. The first one that's coming through is Anku. And he said it's correct. This is a very old place. And they're very careful about
how they act
around it. They're very responsive to burial ground. They're very responsive to, and it has to do with, he's saying the word sacred. So it has to do with a sacred energy. And they find a lot of peace in that. Questions?
This is me adjusting the camera, guys.
Okay, Anku. Are the dots that we're seeing on the sensor, are they you guys? He says yes. Okay. And the energy that we caught on EVP some months ago, we felt that was Choctaw. Was that correct? Yes. Okay, so what's the energy is newer than the 1300s. This one, he's connecting with Civil War, and I'm feeling there was
Earth.
card, hole, WHOLE, and earth. Not sure what card. I'm thinking about the word card. But there was recruiting of these people to come back and work with the Confederates. Yes, okay. So some of this is connected to that. All right. Male.
Yeah,
We're deciphering.
it says male on there. Male energy, I guess.
Yeah, it's spelled M-A-I-L, but we think that sometimes the words that are given, that the phonetics, the sound of it is what's being picked up. So this is a male. What's it say? Leader? Yes. So he was kind of in charge of those that came to assist. Goes. That thing's lit up. Leader goes. And he feels very jointed, is the word I'm being given. Yes, with this place. And I feel that he is also a guardian of this place. Yes? Okay. So, as long as we're respectful, won't be any problem. Another question?
Well, everything inside of me says this has got a lot more older energies than that time frame. That would probably be one of the more recent things he's talking about.
Yes. That was in reference to the EVP that we got.
Okay.
The actual mound here, he took us back to the 1300s.
Is there anything here that would like to talk about that?
Anybody here to represent that time period? have a soft yes. Remembering somebody.
Somebody.
I'm feeling a female. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Triangle. There's a triangle here.
Right.
There's a triangle here. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
If you were to look at it from up above, a bird's eye view, it's kind of shaped like a triangle at the top,
yes,
odd shaped
yes.
triangle.
So, is that all of the ground? Yes, and triangles within the ground.
Right.
So it's the whole plot and sections within the plot is what I'm feeling.
Does somebody have a name?
The name Christine or something close is coming. No. Wait. Now they all want to step forward. Hang on, guys. Susan? It's close. But it's not Susan the way we spell Susan. Weren't?
It says weren't, like was not, weren't.
Weren't what? Is it Susan? Susan. Okay, Susan. Weren't what, Susan? Weren't the cause? Weren't the cause of... Were you accused? Yes. Were these people buried here due to a conflict? Yes. I hear the word warriors. Fighter, you know, like... They were protecting, but... Small group. Yes. Is that less than 12? Yes. Party? Yes. Almost like I'm feeling like they were, the word scouting comes to mind as if maybe they were had been out scouting an area and there was a conflict, something happened.
Can you show up on the screen for us again, please?
She says yes. Can you show yourself? Tell me if you get any dots.
Well, they've all gone eerily quiet for a minute.
I'm feeling like somebody else is wanting to step forward, but let's see.
Is anybody else here right now?
Yes, I get a yes. That word that came up, captain, came back to me. Captain.
Could you please come forward?
What is it the rod's doing? They're both... I've never had them do this before. Let me come around and show you. So I have a yes and a no, both. But normally my no, it's either here or this will swing around and touch here. But this is what I got. Oh, no. I know what he's showing me. The Confederate.
Stars and bars.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, thank you. He said yes. He's very excited that we got that. Well, you're the history buff. They keep bringing us back to that era, maybe because it's the most active energy.
Well, historically, I'm not aware of. Well, hang on, it just said another word. The cause, yeah.
The cause, yeah.
It just said cause on there, which that is the term they used for it, the cause.
Mhm.
Historically, I'm not aware of any, actual recorded battle, but there were skirmishes all over the place down
He's
through
saying
here.
yes, skirmish. It's a small party, and he's saying that unfortunately those that are buried here were the primary of what was taken. Yes. And there were a few others, such as himself. Wait, no. What does it mean if they cross over this side? There's something about the right side of his body.
Now we've got two energies going on. Well, that's probably the side he got shot or wounded at.
Is that what you're showing me? Yes, okay. So it looks like he took it, and I'm feeling it in my left, like it would be, but just almost to my collarbone and not quite, a little lower by an inch or two, not quite to my shoulder. So it's in that fleshy part right here. So I'm feeling like it pierced along. He says yes. Are you buried here as well? He said no. But he's connected to these. Yes. He's connected by the event, And they're pointing right here. I feel like he's right here. The one that's closest to the center on there. Like he's standing right there.
Well, the way that it looked when you had the rods up on top trying to find the layout, they were all just kind of buried zigzag across there. Is that because of a hurried situation, or?
He says yes, and that this mound wasn't proper because of the rush. It was as proper as they could make it. Yes, under the guidance of those that had survived. But there's something about it. Those that are buried here, part of them being here actively has something to do with this mound. This is a little different. Is that right? Okay, they're saying yes. What else? Did you live near here? No. They didn't live near here. This Civil War bunch didn't live near here. So we have two eras buried on top of each other. Is that what I'm seeing? Yes. So what's on top that we thought was kind of zigzaggish or
is them
less ritual is them, and then much further are from 700 years ago.
Well, I could see that they would use this spot, especially at the right times of year when it's got standing water all around it. Most of the places, it would be the only real high ground that you would see for
Yeah.
100 and some yards in any direction.
They're saying yes. But basically that's the heart of it. And even the group that was here in the 1300s, yes, okay. Even the group that was here in the 1300s, it wasn't a lot. Like 12 less, very small group. And they were from here. They said they were from here. So, very interesting.
Well, not that I'm disappointed in any regard for the communication that we got. I was expecting something a little more archaic to come through, but
Is there anybody that's archaic here? They are, but their language, it's a language barrier. Unlike Sasquatch, it's a language barrier. I'm feeling I'm pointing right in front of me here. I see children. I see a small family is what I see. Like mother, father, one child, 2 children, 3 children, and perhaps grandparents or aunts, uncles, their tribe, if you will, was very small and specific. But they're feeling displaced. They're feeling as if, can you understand what I'm asking you? Yes. You just can't speak. Yes. Okay. So what I'm feeling is displacement. And I get a yes. And were the rest of yours killed? No. You were moving? It was a food issue or something, and they were moving.
Hunter-gatherer, nomadic type.
Yes, and they were moving, and they were at this place for a while. Yes, okay, because there was good food, good water. And they ended up. But again, I'm feeling. Was there conflict? No. They were just here. And I feel like it suited them and it was safe. Whew. So, thinking if I have any other questions, it's kind of a different arena. Nomadic for sure. That word is very strong in my mind. And I feel one of our people trying to help them. One of our people being on coup, I'm sorry. Explaining that you're correct in the nomadic aspect. But they kind of quit moving around. They just kind of...
Well, if you find a good spot, there's no reason to move until it becomes a bad spot.
Correct. Their energy's, it's good. It's different to the effect that they're very... It's a simple life. It's a simple way. And, I see... just... They were definitely more at one with the environment than we've become as a people, as of lately.
Well, if we heard that train coming through in the background, that means it's getting close to dark, so we probably should wrap this up for now.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Thank you for coming. Anything else? No. Thank you. They're issuing thanks for treating this with respect. They understand that we've been on it, around it, but we're respectful with it. And we won't disturb you. Okay. They're good.